What's up? It is Kelly, and today we are covering lack. And really, the intent and the aim here is to really get awareness around how much lack has been programmed into you and how it's affecting everything you do. And then really to dive into it's not freaking you. And it never was. And it's a man made construct in our mind and dissolving it at its core. To step into true abundance, to true power within you. So that is the aim. It is so good. Even when I was preparing for this, I was like, damn, for myself. So my intent is that this brings you awareness. It unravels at its core, and you step into a higher frequency with abundance, with abundance, because you are abundant. And that's the aim for today, is to make that very clear to you, not only on an intellectual level, but to be felt in the nervous system, because information means nothing. Information shit. Embodiment is where it's at, in expanding that nervous system to not only understand, but to accept it on a cellular fucking level. So that's what we're going to hop into today. And today, I want to start with awareness. Awareness on where you are at with lack in your life. So I want you to get a pen and paper. And if you're driving and you don't have the opportunity to do that, I suggest you come back, because we are going to take a little quiz to see, where am I at? So we know what kind of work needs to, I wouldn't even say be done, but what kind of beliefs need to melt away? What do we need to dissolve? There's nothing to do because you are already freaking abundant. Yeah. So anyways, the first question: how do you feel when you think about money? Is it that option A, are you ashamed or unworthy? Do you feel like money isn't for people like you? Or option B, you feel bad about receiving it or spending it? Or C, you feel like you'll never have enough. It doesn't matter what you do, there'll never be enough. D, what if you lose what you have? E, you always want more. F, it's unfair how hard I work for money. G, having money makes me feel superior. H, I can figure out how to make more. There's always more. You can figure out how to make it. That's H. I, money flows when I need it. J, I welcome it with ease. K, I appreciate and respect money. L, money is an extension of my energy. M, I circulate money with joy. N, I play with money like it's a game. And I always win. Or O, I am abundance itself. So feel into each of those answers. And if you need some time, go back and rewind and listen to the options. But be really fucking honest with yourself. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Okay, so the next question is, when you receive an unexpected money, how do you react? I feel like I feel like I don't deserve it and I sabotage it. I feel guilty and give it away. That's B. C, I assume something bad will happen soon, that it'll be taken away from me. D, I fear that it won't last. E, I immediately want to spend it. F, I resent that I don't get more. G, I feel validated. It proves my worth. H, I plan to use it wisely. I, it's part of the flow. I trust that it's part of my flow. J, I celebrate and I feel grateful. K, I invest or use it intentionally. Or L, I see it as expansion of my energy. It's just an expansion of who I am being. M, I give and receive with love. N, I laugh and play with abundance. It's fun. I just play with it. It's a game. Or O, I feel completely at peace with it. Again, you can rewind to get a real accurate answer on where you are at. And I'm going to go to the third question here. How do you view people who have a lot of money? A, they must be greedy or corrupt or do something bad or wrong to get it. B, you think they should give it away to others. C, I'll never be one of them. D, you think that they probably live in fear of losing it. E, you want it. You want what they have. F, it's unfair how much wealth they have. G, I want to be one of them, so I feel important. H, they must have worked hard for it. I, some good Some do good things with it, some don't. It's just energy. You have a neutrality to it. J, you are inspired by their abundance. K, if they can do it, I can do it too. L, money flows to those who align with it. M, their wealth expands opportunities for others. N, money is a joyful expression of creation. Last but not least, O, we are all infinite abundance in different forms. So those are the 3 questions. Circle back, find your answers for each 3 of them. And then look at your answers. Are mostly of them in letters, your answers A through G? That's level 1. You are in a low frequency range of, on like the scale of consciousness, 20 to 175. So what that means is you are stuck in scarcity, in fear, or you have a deep attachment, unhealthy attachment to money. And when we're desperate and we attach to it, it runs from us. So that's the energy currently that you are operating in. Mostly H through K. Are most of your answers in that range? Because if so, you are growing into an empowered and having a flowing relationship with money. And then if your answers are L through O, for the most part, you are at a high frequency range. It's an extension of your energy, and abundance flows effortlessly to you. So, despite where you are at, the aim is to elevate that score. So, let's dive in. And I really say, take 3 days, take a week to set an intention that I intend that what I heard with Kelly unravels to bring me the most value and the most benefit. And over those 7 days, the universe, your reality will show you opportunities, and you'll see how you can respond. You can react differently. And every time you do, you break that fractal apart, you raise your frequency, you raise your inner state, and the outer state has to follow. So that's the intent of our conversation right now, is to release the guilt and fear and why it doesn't make sense to fucking have it and where did it even come from. And then to really neutralize it and to come at it with a sense of alignment. All right, so let's dive in here and let's dissolve lack at the seed. How did it take root? How did it become your identity? Because no one is born believing in lack. The first time you cried out that you needed something when you needed food, you didn't question if you would be fed. Period. You didn't have to worry if there was enough. You only knew one thing: how to receive. So what changed? Because our inherent natural state is to receive. But it changed with this implantation of lack. That was the first seed. Because at some point you received a message, directly or indirectly, that there wasn't enough to go around, and that resources were conditional on your behavior, on your productivity, on what you were doing. You were dependent on others. You were dependent on something outside of you to give you what you needed, to give you what you want. So this message came from people that were closest to us. It was the conditioning and the programming of our childhood. And it's not to blame, I go to childhood a lot, and because the programming is everything. And oftentimes there can come this resentment or this like, damn, why did they do that to me? But they were programmed the same way. It's a fractal within their psyche. They couldn't have done it any differently, even if they freaking tried. But because that was their programming, you often heard things like money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, don't ask for that. And you got this range. You got this range of what was okay to ask for, what was okay to receive, and that's imprinted. It's a genetic imprint on your psyche, on your nervous system. Anything outside of that range triggers your nervous system and it completely blocks it. Not because it's not available to you, it's just that this fractal and this pattern that you're running, it's not in alignment. Those statements were never true for you. It was just words. But words are spells. And when they're spoken repeatedly, it becomes part of our identity. And we absorb it into our daily reality. And it's like as a kid, you really don't understand, but you feel the energy. It's not just the words. You feel the tightness of your parents or the people that raised you. You feel their energy of lack. And we take on that energy. We take on that stress. We take on that limitation. We take on that worry. And children, in a developmental sense, like, we're self-centered. We don't understand. It's not in a bad way. But you didn't just see the lack. You saw yourself through that lens. We're trying to find meaning. We're trying to figure things out. And so we make everything about us. So if you grew up not having enough, you asking for something more, you made it mean that you were like a burden. And if you had the program installed in you that rich people are greedy, like they can't be trusted, like you made that mean like if I like abundance or if I want abundance, that makes me bad. And like all of these situations, all of these scenarios have that fractal take root. The seed has been planted. It starts as this passing belief, this passing story. But those beliefs just kept coming. And it turned into this fractal. It turned into this pattern. And the pattern was ingrained in your psyche. So your mind could only show you what you believed to be true, and it reinforced the whole loop. And that's when the pattern became embodied. It became part of your body. It became part of your identity. There was the thought that there's not enough. That's the thought. So there was emotions of lack and scarcity, which created this pattern of hesitating before spending, feeling guilty about money, fearing bills, equating success with struggle. That's the pattern. That's the loop that you get yourself into in lack and scarcity. And then that pattern over time played over and over and over again, became an identity that I'm just someone who doesn't have enough, or I'm someone that has to struggle to succeed, or I'm someone that just going to live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of my reality. And it's those very thoughts and those patterns and that identity and that frequency gets locked in. It gets locked in. And then your mind scans for the proof of the frequency that's within you, and you find this shit everywhere. And it's a repetitive loop. And it's not because it's true. It's just because it's the pattern that your psyche is operating from. And it can break right now on this call, and your reality can completely fucking shift. So let's dive in even further to it. I want you to see like that there is a different reality calling for you. The wealth that like deep down you feel it because it's yours. You feel it because it wants you to. Desires are not random. Desires are your higher self calling to you. This is for you. So let's talk about two people with the same external world, but radically different inner workings. Person A has the scarcity fractal. They heard growing up, we can't afford that constantly. Parents worked hard, but they were stressed about money. So they learned that stress, fear, and struggle will get you some money. So they've internalized the belief that money is hard to get. I must hold on to what I have, or I need to work hard for it. So they hesitate to invest. They undercharge their value. Or they assume that like that type of life is for other people. But abundance is available for fucking everybody. That's like saying one another person has more worthiness for oxygen than you. It's all energy. But the outcome probably is like, or the identity is like, I'm someone who just doesn't have enough, and that's just the way life is. It's this victim mentality. Money might flow in, but it doesn't flow freely. And it's this survival mechanism, this survival and scarcity. But what about person B? That's the abundance fractal. Growing up, they heard money always comes back. There's always a way. And parents modeled that wealth was a mindset. It wasn't a set condition. It wasn't set parameters that were chosen for you before you were born. So they learned that money is possibility, money is flow, money is ease. And you get to create it effortlessly. There's always more. There's always more opportunities. So they invest in themselves. They take bold risk and they trust the fucking flow. And they have this identity that, like, I'm always supported. Things always come to me. And because of that, money flows through freely. Opportunities flow freely. They don't believe in stuckness. They don't believe in scarcity. It's literally just not part of their identity. It's not that person A or person B has more or less luck or privilege or intelligence. It's just a program running in their mind. It's a story on repeat that we've deemed true because our mind has confirmed our belief over and over again. But the program can be rewritten. It can be upgraded. It can be updated, just like a computer system. Our mind is a computer system. We can replace the lie about lack. And let's talk about, like, why lack is, like, doesn't even freaking exist. It's a contradiction. It's a glitch in perspective. And once you see it, you're like, what the hell? Why did I think this? Why did I allow this into my reality? Money isn't a thing. Like, for the most part, it's numbers on a screen. And it has no inherent meaning. It only carries the meaning we give it. It's a neutral force. And just like everything else in this universe, it's no different than oxygen. Everything is energy. But it's just the beliefs around it, the fear around it, the ancestral trauma that's put in every cell of our being that has this emotional charge to it. But it's just energy. And money doesn't care about your ancestral trauma. It doesn't care the story you were told growing up. What money cares about is your frequency. It simply responds to the energetic frequency you are emitting. You can only meet the frequency of money through the energetic match you create. And you can change your frequency right now. So let's talk about it. Maybe on that quiz, you were in the lower frequency, the fear and shame and doubt. And I want to go deeper into those to unravel it at its core. Because when you're in a state of fear, your frequency is low and it pulls you. It pulls you into survival mode. And when you are in survival mode, the stress response is on. Your energy goes to tightening your jaw. Your energy goes to your legs. It goes to increasing your heart rate and your blood pressure to fight off a predator. It views money as a predator. So it's like a rabbit being chased by a fox. It's not going to look for the carrot while it's running for its damn life. It cannot see the opportunities because all of the energy is going to the survival. When you are in a status to survive, you can't thrive, period. So it limits your perception of what is available to you. It's that tight chest. It's that shallow breath. It's the racing thoughts. It's the panic. And what does this tell money? Stay away. Stay away. There's not enough for me. It signals an energy of lack and it pushes away money. Money ain't attracted to that shit. It is repelled by it. So in your business or just in your personal life, is this the energy and the frequency that you're emitting? Money is an abundance energy. It needs flow. It needs trust. It needs space. And if you're signaling fear, you're creating a block. A block that says, I am not worthy. There's not enough for me. So money's like, all right, see ya. And it goes next door. It's on a different frequency than fear. And you are not a match to it, period. But what about shame? When you're hiding and contracting, you shrink and you're disconnected. You feel small, you feel worthless, you feel embarrassed, you feel exposed. You're telling money, I don't deserve you. I'm not worthy of you. I'm going to stay small and I'm going to keep hiding. This is the energy of like lack and self-rejection. It doesn't want to enter your space. It wants to run. You don't even like yourself. Why would it like you? So it stays away. Money wants openness. It wants confidence. It wants receptivity. Shame shuts that damn door. And it creates an energetic block that repels it. But what about doubt? You know, you're not fully fearful of it, but it's like, is this for me? You haven't you're uncertain, you're hesitating, you're questioning it. Like some days you're like, ooh, it's for me. And then other days you're like, ah. And you have those what if scenarios. You go back and forth of questioning your worth, wondering if you can really have it all. And what do you send to money? I'm not sure. Like, what if you were trying to date someone and you just had this back and forth, I'm not sure, this push and pull. Show me proof and then I'll be sure. That's energy of hesitation. You're half open and you're half closed and the wobble slows down the flow. Maybe you're getting some, but it won't rush in because you haven't fully opened to the love. You haven't fully opened to it. It's just like a relationship with a man or with a woman or whatever. If there's not that openness and that certainty, there's always going to be this rockiness. But what about pride? Pride. We're getting a little bit higher. But yeah, it's a higher frequency state, but it's recognized off of value. You are in the energy of standing tall, knowing you're worthy, but it also does come anchored in this I need to prove to get it. And money will probably show up. Pride doesn't push it away, but it also can't fully open up to deeper love and to deeper connection because there's this egoic attachment to it. It's conditional. It's transactional. It's the transactional mentality. But money flows the most freely with unconditional acceptance. So this could look like, yeah, I can get it and I work fucking really hard for it. It's conditional on your time and there's a cap to that because you only have so much energy. You only have so much time to give, but you want it to open up freely. You want it to open up freely. So let's talk about the vibration of love in abundance, the master frequency, the energy of flow, of openness, of limitless possibility. You're connected and you know everything is unfolding perfectly for you. You trust it. You know it's always available, that it's your ally, that it's your partner, and you're creating an amazing life together. Think about that in terms of a relationship with a significant other. That type of energy. What type of connection does that create? What type of expansiveness does that create? When you're in the frequency of love, you are a magnet. And you know it's everywhere. You don't even see it as separate from you. And you invite it into your life as part of your flow. And that's free. Like, think about that freedom love. Like love with no attachments, love with no conditions. You allow it to come and go as please, knowing that there's so much, not believing in scarcity. And you're like, come to me. Come to me. Let's create together. And money's a mirror. So it's like, hell yeah. You become undeniable for it. It can't resist you. It can't resist you because you are a magnet. You are it. It's a reflection of your frequency. And the more you increase your vibration, the more money responds quickly, effortlessly, easily. So fear and shame repels the shit out of it. Doubt slows it down. Pride puts conditions on it. But love, it brings the motherfucking flow, baby. Pardon my language, but it does. And it's in that pride frequency, and the pattern often is like you need to do more to get more. That's a fractal that runs. That's a pattern that runs in our psyche. The more I do, the more I'll make. But that's not the secret to attracting more. It's about raising your vibration to meet it at abundance. When you are in love, money responds as a natural consequence. But when you're fearful of it, you are out of alignment, and it runs the other way. And just like energy, there is no shortage of money. There's only lack of alignment. When you are in that highest vibration, into trust, into worthiness, into love, it flows effortlessly. When you decide to raise your frequency, money can't resist you. And it's not about proving yourself, but it's about being centered in your inherent value and allowing the world, including money, to mirror that back to you. Yeah. Money is an energetic force. Let's talk about it. It loves purpose. It loves expansion. It loves fun. It loves flow. It's just like us. Like, you don't want to be around someone that's freaking complaining all the time and like don't go hang out with anybody else. Like, and there's this tight, controlling, manipulative energy around it. It wants expansiveness. It wants to be vibrant, and it wants to create endlessly. It's not here to hold and to attach to. That clingy, desperate energy that, like, if you're dating, you're like, oh God, get away. It's this energy, it's this attraction that's free flowing, is where the juice is. Because it can't resist purpose and meaning. To have purpose, like to provide money a direction, a vision, a momentum that's far greater than you, expanding outside of just taking care of you, but taking care of the world. To expand love into this world. It's like this light that shines bright, and money just is like, yes, I'm going there. I'm going there, damn it. That looks fun. It wants to flow into your projects. It wants to help you with your passions. It wants momentum. It wants more than just personal wealth. It wants evolution. It wants change. And it's like water. It doesn't want to stay stagnant. It wants to flow, baby. It wants to flow. It wants to fuel your dreams. It's not interested in just like small goals. The bigger your dreams, the more your money wants to come and help you and create with you. It loves that high energy state. It wants to play too. It wants adventure. It wants freedom. And when you enjoy the process of creating it, and you don't get bogged down in the resistance and the worry and the fear, like you show money, it's safe. It's safe to flow through me. It's safe to flow through me, and we are going to multiply that, baby. Yeah. So, money, it's loves purpose. It loves expansion. It loves fun. It loves play, and it loves flow. That's the key to money. And it will match you. So, what is your purpose that's just beyond you? What is your purpose? What is your expansive vision? How much fun can you have creating it? How much can you play in the creation? And how much can you flow? Allowing the ease, allowing the balance, the in and out, and being at peace. That's the secret sauce right there. Because the universe does not withhold from you ever. If you say, I don't have it, what you're really saying is, I don't perceive it. It's always there. You're just choosing not to perceive it when you use those words. The universe is not mommy or daddy choosing what you get and what you don't. It's a mirror that reflects what you expect and what you embody. It doesn't test you, it responds to you. There's no being like withholding from you, like, not for them. There's no test to pass before receiving. Like, okay, did I get the grade? Am I worthy now? And there's a difference between this frequency of having it It's already mine, embodying it. And then this frequency of waiting. Because you don't have to earn, you don't have to deserve, you don't have to prove shit. Do birds deserve to fly in the sky? No, they just fucking fly. Does the ocean earn the waves? No, it just moves. Does the sun prove its light? No, it just shines. All of the thoughts about earning and deserving and proving were man-made, and they were installed into your psyche when you were younger, but they are not true and they are not you. It's yours now. It's your decision, and when you line up with the frequency, everything has to align with it. You do not earn abundance. You are abundance. You never lacked anything. Where is the force outside of you that's denying what you seek? Where is the wall that says you can't have it? Where's the limit? Show me. It's all just right there. And it's not you. It's not you. Those thoughts are not you. It's stories that you were told. The only thing that exists is your belief in limitation and the frequency that confirms those beliefs. Change those two things and you change everything. Change the belief, shift the frequency, and the result is automatic. There's no waiting and like, I've got to do all of these things. Like, it starts flowing to you effortlessly and immediately and quickly. So, that was so good. It even raised my frequency, sharing it with you. Can you feel that? Can you feel that? And I encourage you to go back and to take that quiz and to see where you're at right now. And dive into the activation, because we are going to clear it at the subconscious level, because information is one thing, embodiment is what we need, baby. And that activation is going to go deeper. It's going to imprint it into your psyche at a deep, deep, deep level. And the mind can say those stories, but you know your thoughts are not you at this point. You know those thoughts are not you. They are just old stories that are playing on repeat. And we don't give our energy to them. When you starve them, they can't survive. They need your energy. They need your fuel to remain. And that's how you break the loop. That's how you break the fractal. So, I am so excited to hear how this impacts you. Get into the activation, and I'm sending you all of the love, all of the abundance, all of the shit. Not shit, but all of the best shit your way. So, again, sending you so much love. So grateful for you. And yeah, bye-bye.